What's up, everybody? It's Starkey again with Kingdom on Wall Street. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Listen, if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do not forget to click the notification bell so that you can be notified once I post new videos. So on this channel, I pretty much talk about kingdom business. I talk about entrepreneurship. I talk about marketplace ministry. Like, I talk about everything when it comes to entrepreneurship within the kingdom, right? So that's what I discuss here. Today, I'm going to be talking about 5 business types that are self sustaining. Now, when I say self sustaining, I mean, businesses that you really have to pay little to nothing to keep up, right? Or you don't have to pay as much to keep up as any other business type. Now, the reason why I'm making this video today is because I've heard people ask, what type of business would be a good business. People are always looking for business ideas, right? People are always, especially as the younger generation that's coming up, as the millennial age, which is my age group, is tapping into their going deeper into their 40s, going into their 50s. My age group is the age group that where it's time to start wrapping things up, and why not wrapping things up in the sense of like we're gonna die soon, but like when I say wrapping things up, I mean like getting prepared, making a long term preparation so that we can have a decent senior life is what I mean by that. My goodness. All right. So people are always asking for ideas and different things of that nature. And so I just compiled a list of 5 business types again that are self sustaining. And yeah, I'll just start from number one. The number one thing is a thrift store. Thrift stores, oh my God. So like I used to own a vintage shop, right? I never owned well, I guess my first store was a little bit more thrift than vintage. Then my second store was vintage, but both industries like just really opened the door for people to just donate. People donate things all day, every day. Like I've had box trucks full of, and I only sold clothing, by the way. I had box trucks full of clothing to just be donated to my vintage shop. Somebody will pass away, and to my luck, it's a fashionista, right? Some old lady who was just into fashion and her family wanted to get rid of everything, and my vintage shop was the one that was on the list. So um so yeah, so when it comes to vintage thrifting, like it, self-sustaining, people are always donating. You're always getting new inventory. The only time I found myself like having to buy anything for my vintage shop was when I wanted very specific pieces, because there were certain pieces that I just wanted just because I knew what my what my customer base was, so I knew the types of things that they expected. So when I ran low on those things, I did go out to source those things. But for the most part, and most of those were for like men, right? Men usually don't get rid of anything, um, but um, but yeah. So I sorry, um, so sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. Something was flying through the air. Uh, but when it comes to men usually don't get rid of things. Women usually get rid of things a lot. So I never really found myself having to buy any women's inventory. When I did have to step out, it was usually for men. So thrift stores definitely self-sustaining. Uh, my, business number two is a used bookstore. Like only books, and you can make it really cute. You can, serve coffee and tea. You can have it nice and cozy. You can, have Wi-Fi available. Like it could really be a big hit. And yeah, just a nice chill spot with used books. Like you don't have to worry about buying a bunch of books. Like you can literally start collecting them before you open, and then open it and you have all of your books. So a used bookstore, absolutely, like that is self-sustaining for sure. Just have it available where people can donate their books, and there you will be on your way. Uh,
This channel opens the conversation about kingdom business and going above and beyond for the glory of God. But let's be honest, it's hard to make any of this happen without having the right amount of money at the right time. I personally have learned that we can pray all day, but unless we take action in the world that we live in, our faith will die. ManaFinancial.net is here to help kingdom business owners expand their businesses and take things to the next level, all for the glory of God. They specialize in cash out refinance programs for all real estate types, even including primary residences and empty land lots. They have an extremely low barrier to entry with little to no minimum credit score required, and funds can be deposited into your account in just a few days. Contact ManaFinancial.net today and see what you qualify for. ManaFinancial.net, the kingdom at hand.
Number three will be a makerspace. Sorry, a makerspace. So this is along the line of like arts and crafts, right? So this would allow people within your community to make things. There are always artsy people. People are always into arts and crafts, right? If you don't believe me, go to Joann's, go to Michael's, like go to the arts and crafts stores. They exist because people are into arts and crafts. So you can have a space available for them to sell their things. You don't have to worry about paying for their things up front. They can come, drop them off, you earn a commission, and that's it. Like that is self-sustaining, and yeah, you get the drift, right? Number four, upcycling. Upcycling, specifically furniture. So when I say upcycle, I mean, finding something or having someone donate used furniture, and then you could kind of repurpose it. If you're into arts and crafts yourself, you can repurpose it. You can paint it really cool colors. Like you could really make it a really cool piece, and people will pay top dollar for that. By the way, people will pay top dollar for those really cool pieces that have been repurposed. So that's another one. Repurposing or upcycling, used furniture. That is a really good one. So I'm going to go in, but before I go into number five, I just want to point out that the last four that I've named, which was a thrift store, used bookstore, a maker space, and upcycling, those can be done physically and digitally. So you can have, an online store for that, or you can have a brick and mortar store, or you can have both, right? So whatever works for you, those are good options for you to explore when it comes to having a business and also using that business as a platform to spread the love of Jesus Christ, of course, right? That's the whole point. And then, so let's go to number five. Number five is a donation cafe. Now, ideally, it would be the same as a soup kitchen, right? But a donation cafe is a fancier way to say soup kitchen. People can pay to go there for food, right? To eat there. And that's really because, you'll most likely have something different every single day. So, when somebody wants something different to eat, they don't want to eat the same thing, then they will go to your donation cafe. And they can pay for a meal there. You can also use that as a platform to serve, hungry people in your area, right? You can serve hot meals, every day at a certain time, or breakfast, or whatever the case may be. So you can use it as both a soup kitchen type of space as well as a donation cafe. But that will definitely sustain itself because, the only thing you have to do is partner with the grocery stores in your area, and they will come and just pouring in their things that are, almost expired, and you can use it for the same day. You can freeze it, So yeah, those are options. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up, you guys. I think it's been long enough. 5 business ideas that will sustain themselves. So if anybody asks you, or if you ever wonder what type of business can you do a business that will sustain itself. And those are 5 examples right there. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget about manafinancial.net if you're in need of business funding, and if you're looking to do a cash out refinance loan, definitely check out the link down below. And again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.